This video is focused on the Monkey King, one of three main characters in American-born Chinese, written by Gene Luen Yang. In the graphic novel, the Monkey King undergoes many physical and mental changes, going from a monkey to a deity, then becoming both towards the end. The Monkey King did this because people disrespected him and laughed at him, and viewed him differently to how he wanted to be viewed. Because of this, the Monkey King set out to become more powerful physically. However, in doing so, he forfeited his previous identity, who he is before he became the great sage equal of heaven, changing his identity. The graphic novel begins with the Monkey King, a wise and benevolent ruler who loved his subjects as much as they loved him. In addition to this, the Monkey King was already a very powerful being born of a rock, with yellow lasers shooting out of his eyes. Yellow is a prominent color in Chinese culture because of its symbolizing heroism and power. The Monkey King even went on to learn the four heavenly disciplines to protect his kingdom. One day there was a dinner party for deities. The Monkey King came to it, but was not allowed in, because he was seen as primitive and uncivilized compared to the other deities, mostly because he did not wear shoes. The Monkey King fought them and returned to his kingdom in his glumliness. After the fight, all pictures were very dark, contrasting with the previous colorful scenes before he was going to the dinner party. To prove to all of the gods and goddesses and deities that he was worthy of coming to the dinner party and being one of them, he decided to learn more powerful disciplines to become godlike. After the night's incidents, he forced his subjects to wear shoes to look more civilized and less primitive, because a king's subjects represent him, just as children might represent parents and their parenting. After the Monkey King's hard work learning all the new heavenly disciplines, he finally gained a more humanoid form to look more civilized and godlike. The Monkey King had then set out to prove his worthiness of being a god, leaving his previous identity and kingdom behind. At this moment in time, the Monkey King believed that he was a god and no longer a monkey. Being a god became part of his identity, a major theme in this graphic novel. The Monkey King was finally now ready to prove to the gods and goddesses and deities that he was worthy. He was going to visit four powerful gods who each governed a domain, but eventually accepted that the Monkey King was now the great sage equal of heaven, after the Monkey King demonstrated his powers. This onslaught went on until Ziyou Zi, he who is, came to talk sense into the Monkey King. After trying to convince him that he should appreciate his identity and failing, after being disrespected by the Monkey King, also known as the great sage equal of heaven, Ziyou Zi was forced to imprison the Monkey King under a mountain for 500 years to repent and think about his own identity once more, and think about his actions, fighting the gods and disrespecting Ziyou Zi. After 500 long years, we are brought back to the Monkey King, who is part of a large quest devised by Ziyou Zi to give him a second chance to accept his true identity. A monk named Wang Lai Sao travels to the Monkey King, who he believes is his disciple. Wang Lai Sao is trying to free the Monkey King, but because of the Monkey King's ego and arrogance of thinking he is a god, he refuses to be helped by a mortal such as Wang Lai Sao. The Monkey King refuses to get up and watches as Wang Lai Sao is ambushed by demons. The Monkey King only gets up once he sees Wang Lai Sao being almost mortally wounded. And when Wang Lai Sao tells him to find his true identity, it is within the will of Ziyou Zi, and that it is the highest of all freedoms. By embracing his true identity, the Monkey King is finally freed from his 5-century prison. The great sage Equal of Heaven has now once again become a Monkey King and has left behind his arrogance and ego to save Wong Lai Sao. As seen in the graphic novel, the Monkey King is still a very powerful being after transforming back into a monkey, but decides to use that power for good and helps Wong Lai Sao on his quest. Throughout this video, it has been illustrated that the Monkey King has undergone multiple significant mental and physical changes. Once a benevolent ruler, but a monkey, but then becoming the great sage Equal of Heaven, but being egotistic and arrogant. Changing back once more into his own self, the benevolent ruler of his monkey.